So, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good night to everybody who is here joining. So grateful for you to be supporting this presentation as well as this initiative put on by a fellow musician, one of my inspirations as well. And, my name, as Chris said, is Nicholas Renford. Some people know me as Bug, some people know me as Tweak. They're different names, but same person, just I guess different personalities and other things that I'm known for. Anyway, getting straight into the presentation, I decided to take an unconventional approach to this presentation. So I am now presenting my screen with you. I'm not sure if you guys are seeing the right screen.
I'm
So
inside.
um, what you should be seeing is exploring basic harmony and application. So if that is the screen that is being shown, someone can just type in the chat or something just to confirm that you are seeing that screen.
Yes, you're seeing the screen.
All right, good. So yeah, exploring basic harmony and application. Now, harmony for me, without going into any formal definition, is expression. It's having a conversation. It's a language, and the more you understand harmony, is the more you can express yourself. There. It's like learning new words, putting words together, and the way how you can form sentences. It's the same way how forming harmonies seem to me. So sometimes listening to a song or listening to singers versus instruments, there will be a different feeling that you get from just a regular three-note chord, which is a triad, or versus chords or different notes that are stuck together to make the harmony even more interesting. So the more notes you add to harmony, it's the more interesting it becomes. That's my opinion. I believe it might be shared by others. Harmony is basically just putting two or more notes together, playing them at the same time, singing them at the same time. So this presentation begins with my definition for harmony. What is harmony? And this is in the basic sense of harmony. Harmony is the combination of two or more notes or pitches having more than one note or pitch sounding at the same time. As I said before, harmony, when you're putting two notes or more notes together, it works, and there are so many different theories and reasons why harmony and sounds work together. Four of these areas that I would want to discuss discuss harmony in is language. As I said before, harmony for me is a language. When someone plays a harmony or there's harmony being sung, it helps to convey a certain type of feeling, a certain type of emotion, stuff like that. So language. Colors, textures, mood are some of the words that come to mind when I hear harmony. For me, and this is not necessarily a thing for all musicians in its basic sense or in the most advanced sense, but colors, for me, I can hear colors. Hearing colors, let me explain. When there is a certain sound, there is a different color that comes to mind for me. And then you can imagine when they combine sounds together, it's like having a color wheel going around. And the explanation behind that for some persons might be where there is some form of relativity to the sound and the pitch. You can identify that sound, or some persons might call it perfect pitch. For me, colors helps to shape the harmony, shape the music. Colors help to paint the picture that you're trying to paint for your audience, whoever is listening, whoever is composing. That for me, that's how I would approach harmony. Colors help me, and colors are being shown once I hear harmonies. Texture. Now, meaning that when you're adding different instruments together, different sounds, different tom meaning the color of the instrument, the color of the voice. When you add different sounds together and put the harmonies in different places, different sections of the music, for me, that is just brilliant. That is just amazing once it's done right. Because one of the things with harmonies, we can hear a song and there's so much going on. There are so many different textures, so many different notes added together. But one of the worst things that can happen is notes not having the or going to the right places. So when what we have to be mindful when we're thinking about harmony is when you add a note to a chord, let's say, I think may I talk too much. So let me hear a little sound now. C major. Most persons start on that chord because they only have white keys worrying about. And that's not a racist thing, it's just some music still. They have black and white keys. Anyway, C major. C major in its purest form would be C, E, and G. Um, sure. Yeah, I'm kind of new to this platform, this Zoom thing, so yeah, if I'm not moving fast enough so you guys can see what I'm presenting and see me talking, then that's weird. Yeah, C major, C, E, G. Now, that in itself is harmony and intervals. Creating, combining these intervals give us different harmonies. So there's a thing called triad, which is C, E, G, three notes. And we also have dyad, which is a combination of two notes, which both of them, dyads, triads, they're harmonies. So yeah, as I was saying, when we have more notes we add, it's like the more interesting the sound becomes. So take for example, adding another note, adding another note. And the more you add notes, it's for me, it's like the music is opening up. There is more expression. It's like adding a different form of. It's like opening a window to to sunrise. For example, the sunrise analogy, I would link it to like major chords. Major chords sound bright versus minor chords, which might sound dark and gloomy. You know, so major chords adding different notes gives a different texture, adding different colors. However, the more notes you add to a chord is the more difficult it might be to resolve those notes based on your music vocabulary, based on your harmonic vocabulary. I don't know if there's such a term, but seeing it that way helps me to understand it. So, for example, C7th. C7th, adding this note, the B flat, seems like it wants to go somewhere. It's not grounded, it's not rooted. So, and that's where the resolution will come in. So it's like the more notes you add, you have to know what direction you want to go because it's like, as I said, having a conversation and you can't just pick random words or random scenarios to build a conversation on. All right, next thing now. As I said, vocabulary. So harmony as a language, vocabulary, conversation. Vocabulary for me, as I said, harmony gets more interesting the more notes you add. So the more you understand the music, the more you understand how sounds work together, it's the more interesting it gets. However, it depends on your application. It depends on your practice and approach to those notes or to certain notes. As demonstrated just now, once you add notes, you have to know what direction you want to go with a chord, with a harmony. The more you learn about harmony, the better you are at using more notes or even less notes to convey your idea.